Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Charlotte and today's YouTube video is a book review to the book Female Fantasy by Iman Hariri-Kia. Now, this book was so fun. I actually had seen a lot of promo for this book online. A lot of book friends that I have were invited out to like do promo for this book, so I thought that was so cool. So I had this book on my radar and I was actually out and I ended up just going into Barnes & Noble as one does. And I opened the book and I was more curious what the book was actually about because I hadn't actually figured that out yet, but I was reading the foreword and the author's note in this book. And when I tell you that that made me read this book, I didn't even want to know what this book was about. Reading the author's note in this book, I was like, yes. Basically, she says that this is a love letter to the romance community. And now if you read romance books and you've ever told literally anybody that you read romance books, at some point in time, you'll have someone being condescending to you. It will just happen. It will just happen. Like I promise to you that it will happen. And I've always been very, very vocal about my love of reading, and reading has helped me a lot in like personal stuff that has happened in my life. So I've always loved reading and I've always been like the biggest advocate to it. And I don't just read romance, but romance is one of my biggest genres. So whenever I say that to people, at some point, inevitably, I will have someone being super condescending to me. It's mostly a man, and he will like talk down to me and being like, oh, that's unrealistic, blah, blah, blah. And this book captured that so well. It follows Joni, who's our main girl, and she is a romance reader. She writes fanfics of her favorite romance. So her favorite romance is like the Smurf romance, and it reminded me a little bit of Akatar, which I thought was really interesting. But it's about like the Smurf world, and she read this book and found this book when she needed it most. And I have this feeling that like that happens. If you're a reader, like that will always happen. You will find the book you need to read when you need to read it, and it will help you in some way or another. Anyway, so she finds this book after an abusive relationship, and it really helps her, and it also opens her up to the world of fantasy and the world of romance and the world of fanfic and just like everything that goes with it. Like, romance books is a billion-dollar industry, and it keeps a lot of the publishing houses afloat. And so it just opens her up to like all of this, like AO3 and all that fun stuff. And she's an avid reader, so she hasn't really like found her forever person yet, but she's on a hunt because she knows that her forever person is out there. She's read about it, and she kind of sets her standard for men based on like her favorite male character out of her favorite like romantasy series. So she'll go on dates and they won't meet it, and so she's like, it's fine. And then she finds out that her heartthrob, the guy she fantasizes about, the main character out of her favorite fantasy book, is based on a real life man who lives in New York City who is single. And she is like, I will find this man, and he's gonna fall in love with me. Like, I will find this man, and he's the person I'm supposed to be with. So she borrows her brother's car, and she's like, I'm going to drive to New York and I'm going to find this man and we're going to fall deeply in love. And she basically tells like her friends in like this forum that she has in like the fandom forum, like that this is what she's doing. And her friends are like, that's crazy, but also we're low-key here for the plot. You know what I mean? And she sets off. But her brother's best friend and her mortal enemy, she legitimately hates this guy. He was a bitch to her when she was younger. He was really mean to her. So she does not like him. He's like, I have a one-night stand in the city. So like, can I get a ride with you? And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, like I have a girl that I see there. Can I just come with you? And she's like, oh, fine. And so the two of them embark on this journey for her to find her one true love. But things don't go quite as planned on their way there. Things happen. This book, when I tell you that I was not expecting, I don't know what I was expecting going into this book, but I wasn't expecting to be like, whoa, okay. Like, I enjoyed the book and I enjoyed the story, but I think what the author did really, really well in this book was to capture the love that people have for romance books. And it captured like the community that is book talk, that is booktube, that is bookstagram. Like, I've been on booktube, a silent watcher since like 2010, and then like active since 2019. And it captures this like feeling of like family and like these friends you make along the ways. I have made so many like friends through my phone screen through books, and that is like so cool, and she captured that so well. So if you are an avid romance reader and you are currently like, you don't really know what to read next, I highly recommend you read this. It's like the book is very predictable, but like so are like 50 of the other romance books you're gonna read. But it was so fun. I don't know, it was like a warm hug. I was like, this is fun. So I really enjoyed it. So if you have read it, please let me know down below what you thought, and if you haven't read it, I would love to know if it's something you're gonna pick up, or if you're like, no, it doesn't interest me at all, because I generally am really curious. So thank you so much for watching today's YouTube video. I hope to see you guys very, very soon in my next YouTube video, and like always, stay safe, dream big, and keep on going. I love you. Bye. And if you're really old, if you're an OG, that quote just made a lot of sense. I love you. Bye.